Hello there, you are someone and I'm someone else. And today, I was gonna make a book review, but I freaking corrupted the stupid video. I can't find it anywhere on my camera app. So, instead of doing a book review, I'm gonna do it later because I'm done doing book reviews. I'm sorry. I'm just done. I'm tired of it. I can't talk about a 20-minute video and then it just the video gets corrupted and I can't find it on my stupid phone. So, what I'm going to do instead of talking about my book, I'm going to talk about why you should listen to dead people or people who are dying over young attractive girls. This is probably a very controversial statement, but we're going to delve into it because I wanted to talk about the culture of the United States, and I think the perfect way to delve into the culture that we live in today, this liberal culture of acceptance and tolerance, and how it can enable people, drug users, and it decays society over time in a very long period of time. The beginning it doesn't, but eventually you will start to see the impacts of neo-Keynesianism and liberal mindset. Keyes was a very liberal man. He made an economic philosophy off of government spending, which very few people would. But generally running deficits. But generally, the theory goes that if you run deficits, eventually we'll have enough money to pay back the taxes because there'll be more demand in the supply. So whatever. It's a weird thing, but whatever. Anyways, besides the point. Basically, when you think about it, what does a college graduate have, right? Like, what does the average college graduate have? Well, 80% of them have a lower return on investment than if they would never gone into college in the first place. Think about that for a second. Now, what are the vast majority of people who graduate from college? Women, mainly. Women. They're not men. Men have been dropping out of college for the longest time now. They're now under 40%. They're almost about under 40%. Now, who complains the most about wages? Not going up the way they want to. They don't have enough demand in the world. Women. Now, who spends 80% of the money in the United States? Women. So there seems to be a causation is not correlation, but there seems to be the thing is women. So and who gets a lot of attention more than old men who are intellectual? Well, young women, because they look better than old men that have ideals. Now, who do I listen to more? People who are dying, older men, or young women? I listen to the people who are dying. People who are dying, they're more truthful. They don't lie to themselves. They're not delusional. They know that their dreams, if they tried to achieve them, would be nightmares. Women, however, young women especially, don't know that their dreams, if they tried to achieve them, would be nightmares. You try to become a lawyer, go into $100,000 in debt without being in a top 12 law school, you've just turned your dream into a nightmare. Older people know that. Older people know not to do that. So that's why I listen to old people, because they know more, because they've experienced more. And generally, I listen to older men like Thomas Sowell or John Bogle, even though I disagree with some of his religious ideals. John Bogle, or like what is it? I listen to George Orwell, even though he's been dead for a long time. He was in his 40s when he died. So, but he's an average. Obviously, I disagree with him politically, but his ideal of we should prevent authoritarianism as much as possible. Very good ideal. Adam Smith, another person I listen to that's dead. I make friends with dead people. I don't make friends with people who are alive, because people who are alive, most of them are completely delusional. They've been fed this propaganda in their mind that they can achieve everything or anything, and they don't structure their life in order to achieve those things. They just hope that it works. Oh, let's go to debt first, and then we'll have a kid. Now our finances are screwed. Why not have the kid and go to Governor's Western University part-time, and you don't have to worry financially? But whatever, people don't think. They're so worried about partying, and they want to look good and impress everybody, and they want to have all these friends that are also at the lower intellectual level that they are, And now they're screwed because they trusted the wrong people. They listened to baby boomers who can't even afford to retire telling you what to do in college. Think about it. That's so. Why would you listen to somebody who's at the age of retirement and is so stupid they're going to tell you a subject like feminism or racial studies or I can't think of business. Another one, marketing. I can explain marketing in one sentence. You spend more money, you get more customers. Now imagine stretching it out for 4 years. That is right. It's the most tedious and boring thing ever, and that's like 20% of business school too. But yeah, I'm just like, what the heck? Like baby boomers destroyed my generation, and because they were lazy, they wanted to scam a whole generation of people, and now we're paying for it. And now baby boomers are complaining we're not having kids. Well, you scammed us, and now you're expecting us to financially recover from that. No, that's not the way the world works. You cannot change the mindset that you broke girls firstly, and you broke men because some of them you ruined their finances, and the other men saw the canaries in the mine and said, "I'm leaving. I'm not going. I'm not participating in this society. I'm not contributing to the society. Why should I? The society's lying to me all the time." So again, obviously this is a very Aaron Clary kind of rant, but you know what I mean, young girls, they think they know it all, and then I won't date anybody who's Republican. I see that on dating profiles. I'm like, you haven't experienced anything. If you're so closed-minded, you're not willing to listen to another person's argument, right? Then that makes you intellectually weak. You're just like everyone else. You're a common person. The most insulting word in the English language is common. Why would you want to be that? I listen to my boss, right? My boss is a very common person, right? She's very common. She listens to the same music that everyone else listens to. She probably thinks the same way that everyone else does. She probably thinks politically that she votes for the same people that everyone else does. It's so insulting to me because when you see commonness everywhere, it's insulting. And not only that, then you see laziness, and laziness is very common as well, because laziness is a genetic desire to save as much calories as possible. And then lazy people they modify their bodies to get more attention instead of working out or actually looking good. They'll modify their bodies, and then that's their achievement instead of actually doing something. So again, it's a very dark and manep kind of thinking, but honestly, Aaron Clary is right about the whole thing. Even though there's no data to back it up, you can definitely see it on the people's faces that there might be a decay in our society. Anyway, this is a weird, different rant than I normally do, and this is probably pretty offensive. You are someone and I'm someone else. Hopefully my footage doesn't get corrupt this time. I wanted to make this book review, but instead I'm going to be ranting about culture because I can't do that. Apparently my phone won't let me record for more than 20 minutes. That book review is way too long. I'm sorry. Goodbye. You are someone and I am someone else.